Welcome to the Sounds of Real Estate podcast, coming to you live from the Advised Realty Services studio. With me this evening, Vinnie Ferrucci. You guys all know Vinny, right?
Hello, everybody.
And Mr. Christopher Parlato.
Hello.
Welcome, Chris.
Thank you.
Yeah, so Chris, first day on. So for those of you who don't know, this is a awesome friend, guy who I could call a friend. Grew up together, right? We used to kick it around Hamden.
High school.
A lot of good time, a lot of good memories. Absolutely. And awesome for you to reach out. And we started having this conversation that Chris wanted to get involved in real estate, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I mean, why the change?
It's something that always interests me. I keep saying over and over again, it's to help people out. One of my favorite shows is $1 Million Listing. So I'm looking to be right out of the gate, $1 Million Listing, LA or New York.
Yeah, most of those I could tell you now. This might be awkward, but it's like totally scripted. Probably not part of it. Not even true.
It's not realistic. Honestly, it's
show's over.
It's really to help people out. And I like dealing with people, and I've been in sales and marketing for many years, and solving problems for people, and with real estate, making some people's dreams come true on the residential side, and commercial, helping people invest, and making a better life.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of nailed it right on the head. I mean, from having the experience in marketing and sales, and what you touched on there, like helping people, that's pretty much what this whole thing is about. Like people are going to come to you with a problem. Not problem, but like something like, hey, I need to move or I need to purchase, and you're going to be the one to like advise them, dare I say, through the process.
Absolutely. I love advise.
It's a good fit, man. I'm like really, there's like certain people that, I mean, like you talk to, and when they say they want to get into it, you're like, I don't know if I can see it, but your conversation, like just knowing you as a person, like when I heard you say, like, Vinny, this is something I want to get into, I was so pumped. So super excited to have you.
Thank you. And seeing someone like yourself that has been successful, I have some other friends that do real estate and investing, and they're successful in it. And I think it's something I could do too.
Absolutely, 100%. If you have the heart and the passion, I always say, you have the passion, you could accomplish anything. In life. I mean, we have kids. You sit there and you tell them the same exact thing, and with this, it's pretty much the same thing. And I know on $1 Million Listing, they're driving the flashy cars, they're showing the $1 million houses. Not saying that we don't have the $1 million houses, but right. It's a lot. They don't show you like the back end of the $1 million houses when we're like mopping a floor, and
right? Well,
doing all that stuff.
Vinny told me right out of the gate I could be on $1 Million Listing. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, absolutely. There's no stopping you there.
Yeah, not at all. So today was like pretty much your first day in it. We started out early. I mean, we had like
8 o'clock.
We're 8 o'clock. We're still here. So
it's almost 8 o'clock now.
It's almost 8 o'clock.
12-hour day.
We did a 12-hour day. So like, what your first day? What do you think? I mean, it seems you had like a mix of feelings, a mix of emotions throughout the day.
Yeah, no, and I'm going to learn by doing it. We all know, the real estate classes, you sit in class for 60 hours and you take an exam, but, reading out of a book, and the way I learn, and maybe most other people or some other people learn, is by doing it. Mm-hmm. So I immersed myself in it. We went to a great, commercial property today, which is exciting. I mean, someone's, it's a vacant building, part of it's rented. That's, going to be coming up for lease, and people are coming to you, looking for, ideas.
Yeah. And
please help us.
And that was pretty good that we were able to sit out there for like an hour and just brainstorm and pop, like shoot some things out. So it's really good for you to see that. I mean, the first property we looked at this morning.
I mean, every property is not going to be a Beverly Hills mansion. So and we don't say no to
no.
And I'm glad that you actually got to see the first property this morning, because that's not even bad.
Yeah. So we walked into a potential this morning early, light on breakfast, light on coffee, and it was a tough one, right?
It was tough. It's a little dirtier than my liking, but hey.
Yeah, and I was saying it's like, whenever our kids are bad, it's nice to now you're going to have these addresses that you could bring them to and be like, we live here now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
This is what
you think you
smell.
have it tough.
Yeah, you think you had it tough. Yeah. So this morning was a little hectic.
Yeah.
And then it was fun, right? The day got hectic. I mean, I told you guys, Gina always says to me that, like, when I have people with me, she's like, always make sure you stop and eat because people don't go throughout the day. So
Right. No, I have to eat. I have a passion for food, so I have to have. I don't snack too much, but breakfast, lunch, and dinner is a definite.
So we started getting hungry around 12:25, 12:30 there.
Lunchtime.
Yeah, lunchtime, and we had to stop and eat. Ended up eating what, 1:15?
Yeah, 1:15, 1:30.
Stopped a little spoulette, and which was good. Yeah, so I'm, again, excited to have you. I mean, really quick, we'll tell you your first listing that you have actually hits the market tomorrow. So, I mean, which is awesome. I mean, 56 Perry Road.
Right.
It's
Yep.
your
Hamden.
Yeah, it's a house that you're super familiar with.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's my parents' house.
Yeah.
So, they in school they tell you your sphere of influence. So, the first people I reached out to is my family.
Absolutely.
So my parents happen to be selling and moving on to Florida, so I said, "Hey, I'd like to list your house."
And that's going to be like a really, really good thing for you to go through. I think not even like forget about the fact that it's your parents, because as we were talking about, I did the same thing with my mom, and we've done it with clients. But when you're doing it with your parents, it's totally different because obviously you want to make sure that they're all set. So with my mom, she was moving out of her house into a condo. There's all those emotions there from like growing up there. So you take care of them the same way you would as a client, Right. You always want to make sure that the closing dates are going to be okay. You want to make sure that emotionally going to be okay. And also we're taking the stress off of them, like your parents,
Right.
down there,
they're going.
palm trees, your father's probably
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah,
on the course, and you're here taking care of everything. And that's like a huge, not only because you're their son, but as a client, that's like awesome for them to have that peace of mind that you're taking care of them. So that's like a super gratifying feeling, like to do that. Elena, who you met, and a lot of the agents in the office have had these like awesome stories of people that they've helped lately, which like always is so much more gratifying, like to hear about what we do. Like she had somebody who fell in love with their high school sweetheart and was selling their house here, moving to Philadelphia, and Elena was able to navigate her through the sale. Vinny did that with one of your clients who was moving from North Branford
to Vermont.
Vermont.
And as a matter of fact, doing the same thing right now with another client moving from Meriden to Texas.
Yeehaw. Yeah.
So, I'm becoming the relocation specialist, I guess.
That you are. Yeah, you're taking people from one spot and putting them to another.
And it's kind of tough because, they're so many miles away. And you have to keep in touch with them. If you have to get documents out to them, you got to email them, or, we don't have the carrier pigeons anymore, so we have to email them or whatever. But, I mean, you know what? It's exciting because for me, it gives me a feeling of accomplishment knowing that, that they're in good hands, that, they don't have to worry about a thing. I mean, I literally took it from start to finish, got, the movers, the whole 9 yards all over again. And got it all cleaned up, and we're scheduling pictures this week, and it's going to go live hopefully before the end of the weekend.
Yeah, and that's and like I'm saying, that's like an awesome feeling that your clients, your parents, our clients, like that the agents had here in the office, have this, or even agents that are listening or watching that have had clients. Like it's such a great feeling to know that like your clients are all set and they have the peace of mind knowing that you're good to go.
And they're they're entrusting.
Exactly.
The sale, with you, and that's a good feeling too.
Yeah, and it makes it all worthwhile.
And the thing too with this one too, and it really kind of hit home with me because these people were going crazy. They didn't know what to do. They wanted to do all this remodeling work. They wanted to rip the carpets out. They wanted to do all this work and put extra stress on themselves for the moving. And as soon as I told them, no, you don't have to do any of that because let the new buyers pick what they want, because you may want to rip the carpet out, put a new carpet in, and then they're going to want to rip it out and put tile floors down or laminate flooring or hardwood floors. They're going to want to change the floors. Leave it alone. Let them figure it out. And that relieved them. That kind of like, I saw the relief in their faces when I said, don't touch anything. Just clean it up. Get it ready for pictures.
Yeah.
And they just relieved.
Because they were also against like a time crunch of feeling like I'm overwhelmed. I can't do this stuff.
Exactly.
So that was a good point. Good point
Yeah.
to make. Yeah, and I think like doing that stuff is great, and like I said, super gratifying, and I'm glad you're in it, man. I mean, you've obviously bought and sold a couple times. I know you guys were down in Maryland for a little bit. So as far as like your experience from going through it, from the buying and selling side, how was that for you?
Well, I mean, it makes sense now that I'm a little more educated, but going through it, again, we picked a realtor that we trusted because we didn't know the process fully. So now I understand it a little bit better, but it's in trusting that person.
Yeah.
To handle what you need to get done.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like same thing, like we always say, like you want to feel, whatever we do. Like if I'm looking for a contractor or something, like 9 times out of 10, you're going to go with somebody you feel comfortable with or somebody that is referred to you. Because you're like, hey, somebody else had a good experience. I'm going to have a good experience, and that's ultimately what I want. So in real estate, I mean, like we were talking about today, like a lot of people don't even know the process. You know what I mean? Like you were saying when you were green with it, starting when you're like, oh, how do I start? What do I do? Where am I going? Same thing when I first bought my house. Like I had no idea. So at that time, I was guided by somebody that helped me out, and that's pretty much all it is. A lot of people will say like, I could never get into real estate because I can't talk and I can't sell, And I always say, I feel like I repeat myself hundreds of millions of times. It's not selling, Like you're creating a relationship. You're creating like a lifestyle for somebody. You're helping somebody create a place where they're going to put their head down every night and fall asleep and make memories and have parties and celebrate holidays in. So it's so much more than just saying like, I'm a salesman, Right. You're like literally a matchmaker.
It's definitely not sales. It's definitely relationship. It's definitely conversation. It's not sales. No, it's all relationship based.
No, not at all. I think it's cool. So overall, what do you think you took out of today?
I don't, again, it was a good mix of commercial, the residential. Just learning the process.
Yeah.
I learned a lot on the commercial side, with Vance too, and yourself, some of the lingo and what to ask, when leasing, and that's the biggest thing. Just picking up, anything I can. Any of the lingo and all the knowledge.
I love doing that with new agents because it's more or less like I'm not a big in the office slideshow. Type thing. It's more like Denzel Training Day minus the gunshots and drugs.
Like we
no hydraulics.
You go through 60 hours of classroom. We don't need any more.
No.
Classroom or quizzes.
Yeah, so it's just like road work.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so we saw a couple properties and stuff like that, which I think was great. Put some furniture together. You have to do that stuff. Yeah, we just
get your hands dirty.
Yeah, we just did it all. Yep. So going back to our Hampton Dragon days, born and raised in Hampton.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's huge. So we've seen Hampton change.
It has
throughout. Like we know a lot about it. So I think about yourself a little bit. Now from Hampton, you, your wife, your kids.
Yeah, we reside in Cheshire now.
Yeah.
We've been there for about 6 years.
Nice.
10-year-old daughter and a 1-year-old son that we adopted last year. He was born in March last year.
Nice.
Yeah, we're having fun. We hit the reset button with a 10-year-old, but she's a big help.
Yeah.
So,
good big sister.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She helps out, which is good.
We're enjoying it.
Yeah.
A little tired, but.
Yeah.
You never sleep. You never sleep again.
And then he wants
kids.
to get into real estate. Yeah. He's tired.
12-hour day right now.
They're not always 12. There's times where you cut them in half. Today was just a little back and forth, a lot going on.
Well, a lot of drive. You have to go where the opportunities are.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah. That was a nice countryside ride that we took today.
Hey, up in the hills.
Up in the hills.
Beautiful.
Some animals. Saw some places that you might want to take your kids.
Yeah, we saw some animal farms.
Animal farms, which was
petting.
cool.
Yeah.
Petting farms.
Yeah, petting farms, and very, very informative type of day. So what do we think going forward?
I think we're in for a really good year.
Yeah.
I think everybody's meshing really well here this year, and everything is just, I'm excited.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things going on this year.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
It's a good thing. You?
Yeah, and I try to, read up on the real estate, the trends and what's going on. And, the Fed has kept the interest rate steady. So, I mean, hopefully that gets some more people in the game. I think there's a lot of opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that the main thing always is education, like letting our clients, friends, family, everybody know about like what's going on with the market, what we have coming up. And I think that's really all we could do out here. I mean, in anything, like even for people who are looking at cars or windows or anything, like there's constant things changing. So the more we know, the better,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You got to scream it from the rooftops.
I'm
a realtor. Hey, how you doing?
I'm a realtor.
I'm a realtor.
Yeah. Well, I always say that it's something that everybody wants to talk about.
Absolutely.
And then once people put that like 2 and 2 together, like Chris Realtor or Vinny Realtor, like everywhere you go every time you go somewhere, you're going to be able to talk to somebody. Right. Somebody's going to ask you a question. Like I was in today when we were having lunch, somebody was texting me like a Facebook ad, and she's like, "Hey, is this legit?" And it looks like too good to be true or whatever. So I looked into it, called, and found out that it wasn't legit. So that's another thing. Please be careful with any kind of ads that you see on Facebook for homes, or like online. I shouldn't just say Facebook, but like anything that you see, like if an opportunity looks too good to be true, especially with rentals, definitely be careful with that, because there's like a lot of scams going on. So she had reached out and asked me a question, and I looked into it, called the realtor, and he ended up saying like, no, I leased that like 2 weeks ago, and he was leasing it for $2,500, and on Facebook it was $1,500. So what they try to do is get that $1,500 deposit. They scam, and they're out of the thing. But anyway, for somebody to reach out to you, like to me in the middle of the day, means that like you're their go-to person, right. So even if they're not looking to buy, sell, or invest, they're looking to you for some type of information. So us staying top of mind and you staying in front of them, letting them know what you do, they're constantly going to come to you. The same way I go to the same person for my car or construction or things that we need around here, or at home, you go to people that you trust and people that you see doing these activities. So you're like, hey, they do this stuff. I'm going to give them a call and have them come take a look at what I need,
It's all about building your reputation.
All right, guys. Well, it's been a long-ass day.
Yeah, it is.
I can't lie.
It has been.
Honestly, like we've been in that car, walking around, dry heaving.
Yeah, 11 and a half hours. I'll stay till 12 hours tonight.
All over the place. Lunch was good. We stopped at Ted's in Meriden.
Ted's steamed cheeseburger.
Cheeseburger.
Excellent.
On a dish. No buns.
No buns.
We took the bun off and had some fries on the side.
Yeah.
I went for the steamed chicken today. That was good.
Chicken.
No bun.
Yeah, steamed chicken was good. We had the jalapeno burg.
Yep.
No bun, of course.
Good stuff.
Yeah, so which was nice. So overall, it was a good day. Chris, I can't tell you how, I'm like so happy that you're here. I mean, genuinely, friends for so long. You're a great kid. And genuinely, like, I know that deep down from knowing you, you're, awesome personality, charismatic. You love helping people. You love being good to people. So I see nothing but good things.
Thank you.
Same thing with this guy over here.
Yeah.
Like when we had chatted, same thing, like always looking out for people's best interests. So surrounding ourselves with awesome individuals who are like looking to help is something that is so important in this industry. So I think I'm pumped for you.
Me too.
Man. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
This was like an awesome day.
Excellent.
Glad to get you on here, and we will see you next time on the Sounds of Real Estate.